It's time to duel.
Oh, you best believe that was me. Every single Halloween, I was Yugioh. I had my pumpkin basket in the right and the forbidden one in the left. So when I rolled up to your house, you better give me every single Reese's and Hershey's you have, Butterfingers and all. And speaking of which, I hated that. You remember that one house would always give you things like 100 grand and peppermints? One time, I had a lady give me a toothbrush. It was actually crazy. She was about to get sent to the Shadow Realm on sight. Matter of fact, I was about to send everybody to the Shadow Realm. What you mean I didn't pass my times tables test?
I summon Exodia, the forbidden one!
I'm sorry. To get to the topic that you clicked on this video for, I want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! And the changes that they've had in the meta. The crazy decks, the ban list, everything. Now, if you haven't already figured it out, I'm a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I know I talk about Pokemon left and right, I know, but don't forget, I have my deck on my hip. So every single time there's a change in the meta or a new card such as Fusion, Synchron, XZs, Linked, I was there through it all. So let me tell you right now, Yu-Gi-Oh! They have to chill. Konami, y'all doing too much. First thing I'm going to show you is the Spreight deck. Spreight went pretty crazy around the past couple years. I might say within the past 2, 3, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. But the best thing I want to show you here is what this card can do. When this card is normal special summon, you can add one Spreight gear. There it is right there, any of these honestly. The Spreight gear card from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can control, and you control one Spreight super agent, you can discard one card to special summon this card. That is crazy. That is insane. That's why this card is forbidden. It's too much. Let me show you another example. There's another one, the Zodiacs. The Zodiac deck went crazy as well, just like Spreight past couple years. And as you see, Zodiac, they're XZ's monsters. I personally think XZ's is probably one of the best fusions type cards, special effect cards. But regardless, let's just look at this card here. When this card is normal summon, you can send one Zodiac card from the deck to the graveyard. It gets the same ability. So when you summon one of these Zodiacs right here, it gets this ability. Once per turn, you can detach one XZ's material from that card to special summon one of this card right here from your hand or deck. That's too much, because that's going to continue to summon a level 4 monster to summon another one of these XZ's monsters. That's unfair. Now I understand that they continue to make cards that are better and better, and decks that are more extreme every single time. So on the screen here, I'm going to show you some of the decks that I personally believe that are currently meta right now. Okay, these 4 right here, I'm going to say they're probably A tier to me. Now this isn't a full tier list, but this is why I say you pick this deck, most likely you will win, but there's still stuff above this. So A tier to me are going to be Exo Sisters, Invoked, Rika, and Sky Strikers. This next tier here is a little bit above all these other 4 decks I just showed you. I'm just call it the S tier, and this one I'm about to show here is very, very close to being number 1 to me. This is Spreight. Spreight is right there to me being number 1. I think it has a couple more support it needs to be that deck, but it's still number 2 to me. The third one I have is Runic. Runic, whether it's being injured or not, you can look at TCG and see how it's supposed to be ran. Runic is also number 3. I think it's a little bit less than Spreight right now, but it's still S tier to me. Now this next deck is S+++. It is God tier. Whatever you want to say, it is the best by numbers wise, by wins, everything. It is the best deck no matter what, and that's Terra Limit. Now I pull it up here how you're supposed to play this deck, and this is a good example. If you're on the screen, you can read this, then you can read it for yourself. If not, then listen to me. There's one specific part in here that says what it does. You're able to fusion summon by shuffling the sent card and other fusion materials from your hand, field, or graveyard to the bottom of the deck. Dude! Now for those of y'all who don't understand how Yu-Gi-Oh works, let me explain this to you. You're doing a duel, you draw 5 cards. Within those 5 cards, you can get a 6th one on your turn. Once you actually draw, you have 6 cards to basically do whatever you really want to do, as long as those cards can actually do it. Now there's this thing called fusion summoning, where you can take the cards in your hand, use a polymerization or something like that to fuse them together and make another monster. It's usually purple, that's the color they are, stuff like that. Cool, right? Yay, woohoo. The problem is Konami wanted to do some new things. Instead of just using your hand, you could use your deck, you could use your graveyard. You could even use the opponent's field. So pro or not, doesn't matter. What am I saying at the end of the day? My point is that the meta is getting out of hand. So for those of you who wanted to know what Yu-Gi-Oh 2022 is right now and what the meta is, those decks I showed before are the meta, and that's only some of them. I didn't show Shadal, I didn't show ABC. So this is the meta, right? These are most of the decks you will see. So what you need to understand is that's the new meta, and that's how it's going to stay. These cards will continue to get better and better. Therefore, those of you who want to use heroes or something crazy like that because you love Jaden Yugi, you're going to have to start drowning. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. Anyways, if you made it here to the end of the video, I want to say thanks for watching. Consider like, commenting, subscribing. If you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh content, please let me know. Now, if you excuse me, I got some star chips to go take, so I'll talk to y'all later.